The price?
Yeah.
25,105. That's after the discount though.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, give it to me before. 28?
27, yeah.
28. And the payment, $625?
Yes, sir.
All right, Charles. You're not actually going to pay anywhere close to $625 to drive this vehicle. It's going to be significantly less, okay? There's a couple things everybody knows. Everybody knows that this vehicle is going to depreciate. If you're buying a 2-year-old vehicle, you're buying smart. The biggest part of the depreciation has already taken place, but it's still going to depreciate. If you drive this vehicle like you plan on driving it, you don't do anything special, but you don't crash it and you don't trash it either. When you make this 60th payment, what do you think it'll be worth?
Oof, I'm hoping about 15.
All right, here's what you don't want to do. By the way, the graphics are important here. This is storytelling. The math is second grade math, but the storytelling is advanced storytelling. You don't want to write a check for $625 a month. You don't want to sign the check. You don't want to make it out to a lender, and you don't want to send it to said lender. Am I hearing you correctly?
Correct.
Because you probably think the lender's going to keep all that money, don't you?
Well, yeah, they are, aren't they?
Well, metaphorically speaking, that's not quite true. Look, everybody knows vehicles depreciate, but here's what everybody doesn't know. Everybody doesn't know that there is a savings element to every car payment you make. You're building cash value in that vehicle. Because once you make this 60th payment, what comes back to you in the mail a couple weeks later?
The title.
And that title is called free and clear because it's got one name on it, and that is Charles F. And it's worth $15,000. So 5 years from now, Charles, you've got your vehicle. You don't have any payments. You've got a $15,000 piece of paper. Okay? Grab my phone there. Go to the calculator.
Can't.
081383.
Just grab mine. Not too fast.
Here's where the math comes in. It's literally
Fast
second
talker.
grade math.
All right.
Divide 15,000 ending value by the term of the loan, 60 months.
250.
Charles, do you know what that $250 represents?
No, I do not.
Every time you write a check for $625 and send it to the lender, metaphorically speaking, $250 is flowing right back to your title. So you'll pay $625 to own it. What you're going to pay to drive that new Trailblazer is, you want it to be at $400, my man. I got you at a net payment of $375. I need you to okay that right down there so we can get you on your way.
It's even lower than what you wanted.
Is this mathematically correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is the math difficult?
No.
The storytelling takes development. What's everybody know about the price of the car?
Depreciate.
It's going to depreciate. I used to use a lease guide that would help me determine what the vehicle would be worth at the end of the term. One day I went to work as a closer, didn't bring my lease guide. So I started asking customers what they thought the vehicle would be worth. A, their number has more validity than a lease guide, and B, are they going to be a little high or a little low usually? They're going to be a little high usually. Once in a blue moon, I'll have a customer who won't give me a number, and I'll go to KBB and look for a vehicle 5 years old, same type, and I'll give them a number. All right, but usually they'll give me the number. All right, so you get an ending value. What do you divide the ending value by?
The term.
The term in months. What's that give you?
250.
The amount of money that's coming out of that payment going right back to the title. Do any of you have a life insurance policy? Whole life or term?
Term.
Whole life or term?
Time.
Anybody else?
I got one. I really don't know what it is. I just signed up, man.
Got a few.
Okay. There's
Basic.
two types of life insurance policies. Term. We three have term. We're never going to see a penny of benefit. Our beneficiaries will see money. But there's also whole life. My wife has a whole life policy. I pay every single month into that policy. It builds cash value. Right now, it's a $250,000 policy, but I could get $9,000. I could cash it in right now while she's still alive and get $9,000. Okay, or I could borrow against it. All right. Every time a consumer's making a car payment, aren't they building cash value in their vehicle? Mm-hmm. What's easier to say yes to, $625 or $375?
$375.
This is a net payment. I've had customers go, so how much will the check be? How much will the check be that I'm writing to the lender? $625. That's why I draw the check up here. I had one guy said, what can I tell my wife? I said, well, you can tell your wife it's $375. Just use the term net. Okay. My net payment, honey, is $375 a month. Congratulations. This is what I go to when I've got a customer who can make the payment but just doesn't want to. They're just pushing back on us. They're negotiating with us. Or they're just trying us on. Or this is the highest payment they've ever had, which chances are it is, and they need help saying yes. This helps them say yes. Does this make sense?
Yes.
I've got this whole thing in writing for you. In fact, on the packages I gave you yesterday, did you bring them today?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, good. We're gonna look at it and go through it line by line. All right, but I want you to learn this. And again, I call out Charles because I teach this everywhere I go. Very few salespeople take the time to learn. It doesn't take long. Again, it's just a story. The math isn't complicated. You don't need a scientific calculator to do it. You divide this number by that and you get this. And then you subtract that from this. That's the math. It literally is second or third grade math. But the storytelling and the graphics are important. And I've got all the graphics in there for you too.
And you said to find the depreciation value